should beat him up until he starts making sense.
Looks like we're talking about wizards today. Now, immediately off the back, because I'm not someone who likes to keep people waiting when they click on a video to find something out, no, they do not still possess the abilities. Despite the name of the episode, Finn and Jake have never actually become true mages, at least not in the same way that most others have. Let me explain. Under most circumstances, learning magic is an incredibly difficult process. Under normal circumstances, to learn magic is to quite literally look at the reality around you and realize that none of it is actually real. Then, simultaneously, utilizing your imagination in order to actively change the rules of the world around you in order to basically produce incredibly insane effects. Don't get it twisted though, both Finn and Jake are incredible in terms of magical affinity and have done magic in the past. The problem is that they're not actually trained mages. They can't just bust out spells the same way someone like Magic Man could. However, I hear you saying, you're literally utilizing footage from an episode where they did just that. Yes, I did, but everything will become clear, just give me a little bit more time to explain again. You see, Finn and Jake were offered free magical powers from this very skeleton-like being, who I don't even understand why I said like, he is a skeleton, but hey, it is what it is. However, when they finally met Bufo and he offered them free magical powers, he gave them these. Specifically the cloaks, if that wasn't very much apparent. You see, these cloaks are easily some of the most powerful artifacts that can possibly be given to you because it gives you free magical powers exactly as advertised. Assuming that you do a specific task exactly as it is asked of you, it gives you a new gold star, which then unlocks new abilities and powers. Here's the thing though, this is not actually learning magic. All you're doing is basically filling out the requirement sheet in order to utilize a proper magic item. As such, people who utilize the cloak as if it were real magic can't exactly do anything that a real mage would be able to do, such as creating entirely new spells, something that normal mages can do on the fly. They're entirely restricted to the powers that the cloak gives them. It's like the equivalent of having a 2,000-day streak on Duolingo versus actually knowing a language. And to make matters infinitely worse, all this really is Bufo grooming you in order to take the pledge of ultimate responsibility. Something that Finn himself, being so ambitious as he is, immediately fell for hook, line, sinker. Luckily, there doesn't really seem to be any actual magic that binds you there aside from you just giving your word. Which, if you don't really care about that, you can easily just not do what you signed up for. Though, with the asteroid being taken care of by Finn and the Elders, there's really no reason for anyone, including Bufo, to really try to get anyone to do the responsibility pledge. Now remember when I said the powers gained by wearing the cloaks isn't actually the process of learning magic? Well, I meant it. If the cloaks are ever removed or destroyed, you lose all of your magical abilities, which is what happened to Finn and Jake. Since they didn't actually learn any of the principles of magic, it resulted in them immediately losing pretty much all of their magical power, except for the one that they innately have. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Personally, I would actually prefer to have the cloak than I would becoming an entirely full-fledged mage in Adventure Time, simply due to the fact that it literally drives you insane. Meanwhile, the cloak is more or less just a very powerful magical tool. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Thanks so much to my patrons, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.